Hector Garza, Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. Hector, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for being here.
We saw you stand with the president in the briefing room. You're here with us this morning. Your take on where we are on getting a wall built and the necessity for it.
So we said this before. Border security is national security because what happens at the border and what comes across that border doesn't stay at the border. It actually continues into the interior of the United States, and it affects a lot of Americans. Now, what's happening at the border right now is a national security issue, and we've seen an increase in apprehensions of illegal immigrants coming across. We've seen an increase in narcotics coming across. And if Congress will not fund border security and that border wall, then President Trump should use his authority to make sure that he protects Americans. It has to be done.
Well, Hector, when you talk about that crisis, we want to go through the stats so people actually get the facts and not the spin. You know this already, but I want to remind our viewers, 1.7 million pounds of narcotics seized at the border, 17,000 adults arrested with criminal records, 6,000 gang members, including, yes, MS-13 apprehended at the border. We've also noticed a spike in attacks on border agents, particularly in San Diego, one of the areas we've all paid close attention to, up 300% from you see there in 2018. So you can see that there is a crisis as the president lays out. But defend what you just said about, yes, the president should assert his powers and declare a national emergency, basically executive power. I thought back in the Obama administration, this president said that that would be an abuse of executive power and that you should go through the normal process and go through Congress.
Well, when Nancy Pelosi says that she's only going to appropriate $1 for the border wall, that's very irresponsible. And it's very clear that some politicians out there are not serious about border security, and they're putting their political futures ahead of border security and the safety of the American public. As Border Patrol agents, we need this wall. We need the proper funding for border security so that we can keep Americans safe and we can keep Border Patrol agents safe. As a matter of fact, last night I was talking to some agents that are working the San Diego border, and they were being rocked by illegal immigrants from Tijuana. Luckily, the only thing that kept them safe was the actual border fence that we have in California right now. If it wasn't for that physical barrier, they would have been injured and hurt.
Hector, go ahead.
No, Hector, I was just going to say that the media commentary on some of this has been so outrageous to me. Donnie Deutsch on another network was saying, you know, that I'm sorry, what was the exact quote? You guys just moved that on me. I wanted to get it exactly as he said it.
Let's keep...
yeah, that the press briefing that included you was to keep America white again. Now, what they don't know, you are Hispanic American, and 51% of Border Patrol agents are also Hispanic American. How out of touch is the media on this issue?
Well, definitely very out of touch. And yes, I am a proud American, but I'm also proud Hispanic. And at least 51% of our workforce in the Border Patrol are Hispanics. And it's just very irresponsible that any media organization would encourage or condone that type of rhetoric. Now, it's interesting because that type of behavior encourages other media organizations to do the same. As a matter of fact, the Laredo Morning Times from my hometown ended up publishing an article that kind of spread that type of hatred against what our Border Patrol agents were doing. Instead of reporting on the facts and that Border Patrol agents are demanding a wall to protect our country, they decide to report on these other things that are not important.
This is exactly what that gentleman had to say on another network. Watch.
You have four white men. You have four stoic, strong white men of a certain age, not smiling, by the way. And, you know, look, this is all Donald has left. He has one thing. This wall is not a wall. It is a let's keep America white again.
So your age matters. Your stoicism matters. Apparently, you're all white guys and you're angry. Where does that perspective come from?
Well, it's clearly the Trump derangement syndrome from all these people. They should be reporting on the fact that President Trump is actually reaching out to Border Patrol agents, and he's actually listening to the men and women of the Border Patrol to find out what those needs are. Now, when we talk about a border wall, we've made it very clear that we need a wall in strategic locations. That feedback came from Border Patrol agents that are working the field and going straight to President Trump. And that's where President Trump is working with our Border Patrol agents.
Hector, the left, though, some Democrats say, the experts say you don't need it. Who are their experts telling them that you don't need a border wall? Who are these people?
Clearly, these people have never walked or worked in the shoes of a Border Patrol agent. We get all these talking heads that come out on all these shows and MSNBC and CNN, and they're talking about how walls do not work. But come on, they've never been to the border. Some of these people have no idea how the border works. Border Patrol agents are the real border security experts. We work it every single day.
Wait, so you're saying if we want to learn about the border, we should listen to Border Patrol agents?
It's a novel idea.
Very interesting concept. Hector, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for your service to our country, too. Appreciate it.